The conversation got boring. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh well, now I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now I couldn't hear Diamond at first.
Okay. All right.
I know that was happening yesterday.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and pop it off. So first of all, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, to everybody watching. Today, we are going to have a very adult rated conversation. Got three other guests, so I'm gonna let everybody formally introduce themselves and just so everybody know. We're gonna be pop it off. Okay.
All right, we'll let the guests go.
Hey, Diamond, then Sky.
I'm sorry, y'all. Jock, are you doing laundry?
Look, I'm like, this nigga said, fuck the podcast. I'm about to do laundry.
Hey, I am. Y'all know one thing about me.
Said my load, so I can't stop this shit.
Hey, one thing about me is I'm gonna get some shit done.
Okay. I'm Kay, the Flower Child on social media handles 2 E's, 2 R's, 2 D's.
Oh, we're just saying our thing. Okay. Hi, I'm Diamond Sherry on Instagram.
Hey y'all, I'm Sky. It's SKYYARLEANA on Instagram. Sky Arliana.
Hey, real quick, fellas, y'all do the same shit too. Go back same order. Also give y'all relationship status.
What order are we going?
Like we're starting over all the way from the beginning.
Okay. Just relationship, just a relationship status.
Okay.
Single.
Not for long.
Shoot your shot, young nigga.
Hi, I'm Diamond Sherry on Instagram, and I'm married.
Period. What I aspire to be. When we get there.
And will speak into existence.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I give it like 15 years.
15.
Later.
Mike, he told me to be nice. You are pushing it.
Yeah, he pushing it.
Right, so, you got one more.
So I'm SB. I'm in a relationship, just girlfriend, boyfriend shit.
Just girlfriend, boyfriend shit. That's funny.
Now.
That's where we at. That's where we at right now.
That's funny.
Don't do my girl like that.
That was a
Ain't no slight. Trust me.
Pending engagement, pending marriage.
Thank you.
Hi, he's SB. He's married soon.
There we go. There we go. I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever, niggas. What you got, Eli?
Oh shit, I'm Eli. Y'all know where to follow, and y'all know I'm very married.
Period.
Very married. Talk your talk, George.
Go with it, Mike.
He's single. He's for the streets.
I was about to say that.
Ain't nobody trying to lock that down.
Oh, that's crazy. It's getting worse.
Not nobody. It's somebody
worse.
for everybody.
It's getting worse.
Somebody for everybody.
Might pop some shit off. What you got, Jock?
Shit, I'm Jock. Sorry, y'all. I'm in and out the camera. I'm trying to get this laundry done. But I'm Jock, very much single.
Whore.
Wow.
Ooh,
Whore, crazy.
Crazy.
My bad.
Crazy.
I said that out loud.
Boy, yeah, you definitely did, nigga.
There's a certain thing called cop blocking my nigga, but boy, hey, you might have been Matumbo just now. You might have been Matumbo.
I'm fucking with you.
You good? You want to talk about this? We can end the podcast right now. I'll call you offline. What's up? You good?
I can pull up to your house. I know where you live.
I know where you live, nigga.
Maybe I need a moment. I might need to reboot one more time.
Hey,
man.
Oh my goodness.
We need to restart. We should have talked before this episode started, bro.
And that's Sky. Her relationship status is complicated, but she's single.
Damn.
Trying to told you.
I got you.
Complicated as fuck.
But you're single, but it's complicated.
I'm single, but I'm complicated.
Yeah.
Sure. So you like fucking with a nigga, but not really fucking with a nigga?
I'm just delusional. I could see somebody and be like, "That's my man," and don't know that person ever.
Oh, wow. You crazy!
Let your delulu come true.
Exactly.
Oh, here she go, Amen Corner.
Hey, y'all supporting the bullshit.
Okay, hard.
Look. Oh wait, it did it. Did it not? It just did it. Oh.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, that's lit. I know that shit did that.
They do that?
Yo, this is shit you learn when females come on your podcast for the first time in like a year, nigga.
Well, you hear me?
Man,
Hey,
Oh, look, see, hers does a thumbs up.
And then do the thumbs down. Because I'm
Like
gonna blue
this?
mic for the rest of the podcast.
nigga,
Why they
Uncle
do that?
Ashley Hill.
damn.
All right,
Relationship with lotion.
So they're gonna pop it out, man. First things first, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on the video, help us get into the algorithm.
Absolutely.
So my first question, and again, we're gonna go in the same order. We're gonna start with K, go to Don, go to Sky, and we'll work our way to Mike, Eli, Jock, then me. But what do y'all define as controlling in a relationship?
Okay.
Wait, how you said we was gonna do this?
It's gonna go to ladies first, and then it's gonna you're gonna be last, I believe.
Yeah, nah, he gonna pop it off with the boys.
Okay.
Oh, I just said the girls.
The
Okay.
men.
Okay, then. We said, what is controlling in a relationship? Ooh. I think it just depends on your person and y'all relationship. Because controlling and respect the borderline for me. I don't necessarily feel like it's controlling if your partner has an issue with certain posts or clothes that you may or may not wear. So I think that's a respect thing more so than controlling. Controlling for me though is if I'm going out and you want to put a cap on when, where, what time, I feel like that's controlling.
What about you, Don?
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like mine is a little more vaguer. For me, controlling is when you are trying to make me be something that is not authentically me.
Oh, I like that.
If I came into the relationship a certain person and you're trying to make me another person and controlling things that make me who I am as a person, then that's controlling for me. But if it's something that's well communicated, like if you just prefer certain things, that's not controlling because that's setting your boundaries for me. But if you're trying to make me something that I am not authentically and kind of dims me as a person, then I feel controlled.
So my question for you is that something that you've always believed in from like young age, or is this something that you kind of picked up over your time as an adult?
I feel like both. At a young age, I was always very much myself. So I never really cared much because I grew up a military brat. So like I was always somewhere different all the time. So I really had to learn to be me at a young age. So when I brought that into a relationship, I just had to learn how to be me with someone. So as something I grew because I had to learn how to do it without trying to fight me to be us, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have to be us with being me. Because me and my husband are very different, but we have a lot of similarities, but I'm very much an outgoing person, an extrovert, and he is very introverted. So I can't change him or control him and make him this social butterfly because that's not him. That would be controlling him and forcing him to be something he's not. And he also can't like make me quiet because I'm not. And if he was to force me to be quiet in this like
I felt that
shell of a person, I would become not me. And I wouldn't be happy. And I would feel controlled.
Facts.
Love that. I like to shut the fuck up a lot.
Yeah. So it's balanced. Like when we go places, I do all the small talk because he don't like that.
Yeah.
When we go places, I don't like to think. So he's security.
Good balance.
He love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That reminds me. Yeah. I have a friend that married that's like that. That's dope.
Me too. My friend's husband.
You just stand there like this and let her.
I was like,
my friend is her husband.
I'm talking and he like, can you like bring it down? And when I brought it down, I didn't like it because I wasn't being me. I was trying to be introverted for him.
Between her and Jazz, I swear to God, I be telling both of them, like, bro, if you just used a 7-word sentence, I would understand everything.
Facts.
And where's the fun in that? So I call Jazz.
I like to shut the fuck up for a living. I love to shut the fuck up for a living. Y'all don't understand.
You are so capped right now. You are so capped right now. Justice.
Bro, I be quiet as fuck in that motherfucker. What y'all talking about?
Justice.
That's
Tell that
crazy.
to somebody who
Now, if
ain't
I'm
known
high,
you
now,
for
I talk
over
all
10
day.
years.
Talk to you on the side,
if
bro.
I'm
I already
high,
know.
if
You
I'm high,
talk all day
bro,
regardless.
nah, hell not to y'all. But no, man, if I'm in the presence of myself, nigga, fuck talking, bro. If I can control that shit, fuck talking.
Did you just say in the presence of yourself?
Yeah, I mean, when I say myself, like I'm talking about like my everyday lifestyle. Like
sometimes you got to get advice from a real nigga, so he talks to himself.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like when I'm around y'all, I don't see y'all as often as I would see Jazz and Sanaa. So the likelihood of me talking to them as often as I talk to y'all on a normal basis would be different because I'm talking to y'all like once to 3 times out of the week. I'm talking to them every single day. So that's my shit to fuck up time. That's more of a conversation when I'm having with y'all is like, nigga, I fucking missed y'all. So let me chop it up with y'all real quick. But when I'm by myself and I'm with them every day, like SB side of me, nigga, I be sitting right here for like 4-5 hours, quiet as fuck, not saying shit, vibing to music or something.
So the SB stand for silent boy.
Shit, might as well be.
Not Shawty Bless.
Hey.
Well, I feel like it probably has to do with when you're here too, you have something to talk about. And on an everyday basis, you can't talk about everything on an everyday basis.
I like to start conversations for a new day.
Correct. And it's things you want to talk about. You can't talk for an hour on doing the dishes because you don't want to do the dishes. But if you're talking about sports with your friends for 2 hours, it's something that you're interested in. So you want to talk for 2 hours.
Correct. I don't get that man-to-man conversation every day. So when I get that motherfucker, I'm gonna enjoy that bit for the time it's done.
Yeah. That's how much, because my husband will scream with y'all for 45 hours and not blink.
Yeah, me and Juju
playing what's the little shooting game?
Call of Duty. You already know what's up.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, he'll play that with y'all for 45 days and 45 nights and not blink. But if I wanted to talk to him about what just happened at, I don't know, America's Next Top Model because I'm going through a rabbit hole and now I realize everything she did was terrible, he don't care. And he's like,
It really was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's all I get. Because he's just being supportive, but he literally doesn't care.
Okay, so I got a question. So if it's the roles are reversed that he's talking about in sports, or the game, are you engaged or is it like, okay?
I'm engaged, but I have no idea what we're talking about.
So it's the same thing.
I fuck with it.
Okay.
So like he gets excited about it and he's like, oh, LeBron just, and I'm like, what? What? But do I know what he did? No. But am I excited that he's excited? Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
Be excited. Hey, you know what? That's crazy because I really believe that.
I love that for you.
Straight up. Make them explain stuff to me because they get so excited, like explaining it. So I just be like,
and I love seeing him happy.
But like it's like we get a kick out of that shit because it's almost like sometimes we don't get hurt. Like when we want to have our regular conversations with y'all, it's like, damn nigga, I'm always listening to your bullshit about Barbie Land and shit. Why the fuck can't listen to Basketball Land? Like nigga, we want to talk about.
And what I realize sometimes with men, like especially my husband, he loves to teach. So sometimes even if I know something, I'll let him teach it to me.
Yeah.
Just so he feels like, you know what? Let me go open this jar of pickles and show you how to open the jar of pickles. I could open the jar of pickles, but he likes to open it for me. So can you help?
But the next time you open that jar of pickles, he's gonna be like, remember I told you that?
Yep. And I'm like, well, my man. I watched it, but I'll never open it because you're right there. But if he's not here, I'll lift the whole couch by myself.
See,
you ever seen the little post where it's like, where my man's around, I got 2 bags of trash on my back and I'm walking to the trash can or I'm lifting couches. But when he's here, I know how to do nothing. Because sometimes men like to be manly.
And I'm learning that. I'm learning how to be soft around men because they really like feeling needed. And me, a
lot of men, they like feeling needed, but they don't want to have to be needed.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So,
like when my man's not around, I let him know that I can do things for myself. But when he's here, I like him to do things because he likes to provide things for me. But I have to let him know that he can provide things for me.
So what about you?
You Flower Child, you muted, baby.
Yeah, Mike. I mean, hey, what you over there snacking on?
Fruit snacks. My head agreed. I said that's why she married. It's a fine balance. She's not overly masculine.
Oh, you beat me
to it. I was prior to.
So you learned the balance though.
Yeah, because I could trust him. If you ever asked any of my exes in the past, I was hard as hell. But because I didn't trust them and I never saw anything with them, so I was like, "Get your ass out my car, nigga."
And then it takes a patient man
So you
to deal with.
adjusted to a
So
person
what I'm
that
hearing
you
is
want
I'm
to be.
really not a real nigga. It just I ain't met a man that I can trust to not be a real nigga. Okay, cool.
But
So
Yeah,
it
You have
really
to be
be
somewhere where you feel
but
safe enough to be soft.
It
but
took the right nigga
it,
to unlock that.
my question, I got a question though. So
it,
like, is there ever a point in time when you go in feminine and you just like you sit in that motherfucker, or you just go in like with this wall up and expect him to tear that motherfucker down before you get to that point?
For
Like
who?
in a
Who you
relationship,
asking?
Yeah.
I feel like you should have certain boundaries going in order to protect yourself. And as they earn, you never go in distrusting because then you start 10 steps back. But you go in with certain boundaries and they have to earn certain trust. And because you just can't trust everybody.
No, but did you go in like so? What
But
unlocked? I guess
No, so like
not
basically,
being
like being
masculine.
like being more direct. Like, why is it not that you can just go in that exact same way that you described by being very in tune with your femininity instead of going in with like these little masculine traits and try to like, I guess, shield yourself away from the pains and shit or the suffering. Like, why can't you just go in just like that?
Right.
Can I
because
ask? Can I?
of course, go ahead.
Okay, so personally, for me, I feel like in this generation of dating, when you go in with that soft feminine approach, like that's what it is that you want, a lot of men aren't adapting to that. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like chivalry isn't dying. It's not dead, but it's very much so dwindling down.
Very much
Men
so.
aren't
That's
out
dead for
here.
sure.
Men
That's
aren't
dead.
out here opening doors and treating women like women. And it could be just the dynamics that women are a lot more aggressive and independent now. But in that same breath, you can't expect me to be the softest version of me when you're forcing me to have this hard exterior. So when we go out, or if we go out, I gotta open my own doors, or we go Dutch. A lot of dates now, you're Dutch. I pay for myself, you pay for yourself, or women are paying, or you know what I'm saying? So it's the dynamics of dating have changed so much that women are forced into this I've been independent, but I gotta show you I'm still independent, versus in a situation where I've gone on dates where a man bought me flowers, he's opening all the doors, and I very much so be the passenger princess and the softest version of myself. But that's like 1 out of 20.
Okay, but
See,
my thing is
I don't know.
you can
But like,
always exile that situation by once you realize that that person is not for you, or that taste of person is not maybe not
then you start
your
messing with them.
taste. Maybe stop
That's,
talking. Huh?
that's why I'm single. I get gone.
Right, but what I'm
Baby,
saying
I'm
is,
out.
if you know that, then the expectation it shouldn't be where. Let me sit this blunt down for a second. It shouldn't be where you're basically saying because this man did X, Y, and Z, the next man has to kind of get like a little bit of a wall up because of that experience. In all honesty, what I'm alluding to is basically as men, what we have to do, we're held to a standard where we actually have to across the board do the same shit in order to acquire the one we want. For instance, we have to open the door. We have to be chivalrous. We have to be able to communicate well. We have to be aesthetically appealing to the person. We have to be funny. We have to be all these different things. And we're held to that standard for every individual meetup. While you guys get to confine yourself to measuring how you feel and control that the entire outcome of that date. So we accommodate for what you guys want, but you guys have the right to do whatever you want. And if it's to your liking or not to your liking, you can decide to kind of move away from it. You can't really say like you got to be masculine when you come into this shit, but I can dictate when I want to be feminine with you. It has to be a balance there, and that's what we're trying to
Well,
get
what
at.
I heard,
Okay,
what I heard
so
from a man is that at the end of the day, y'all choose who to marry. Women don't. That's what they
Absolutely,
told me. They said all that it sounds good and everything, but at the end of the day, the man is the one who chooses who he wants to marry,
absolutely,
not the woman.
absolutely.
But the woman
So
also
it's
gets to
like,
accept.
But
yeah,
so are
they
okay,
are
y'all?
so
saying it, but
What did you say, Devin?
can't.
The woman
Yeah, I
also
was about to
gets
say
to
Diamond
accept.
wanted to go.
Yeah, because okay, so the question originally was like, do I come to each relationship with certain boundaries or come in masculine? I come in, for me personally, I come into everything, like even our entire first and second date, or even my first meeting. Our first meeting, I didn't speak to Julian at all. because I was observing him as a person. So I watched how he interacted with other women in the room. I watched how he interacted with other men in the room to decide if he was even someone that I would view in a certain light anyway. Because people a lot of times don't notice what they do unintentionally, subconsciously. And that's how I base off how I interact with certain men. Like other men, I was harder with them because based off their interactions, I knew it was never someone that I would ever do anything with.
But see, my
So
question to
I'm
that
harder to
is,
strangers or to men because they're not my man.
but my
You can't,
question,
as a woman, you can't be all the way vulnerable with certain men because it's not safe.
okay, so those men that you're speaking about, right?
Mhm.
Why
I
did
was
you?
also in a different generation though. Like
Right, absolutely.
I met Julian at 18. I was in high school when I was dating other people. So it was never anything that was going to go past high school. So I didn't care.
Right.
As I met Julian, I was coming into an adulthood. So it was different.
Mhm. So
And it's not dating now. So I have no idea
in fairness,
how it is now.
my question would be, why continue to interact with the people that you can't provide that level of femininity to if you know it's not going to go anywhere?
Then, because it was fun. I was a kid.
Okay.
I didn't care. And I was learning who I was as a woman.
So
So I was
now,
dating in order to figure out what I liked. And now
gotcha.
I know as a woman who I
now
am
that you're
and what
seriously,
I like. I don't.
so now that you're seriously dating, like before, let's say previous to June, now you're seriously dating. Do you still go into each interaction that same way? You go in there with the I'll give certain guys femininity and give certain guys like a little bit of a
No, because you're setting yourself up for failure.
okay.
In my opinion, I feel if you go into each situation, observe it, and then you realize who you could be with that person.
Okay.
So, like, if I go into a situation on the first date with a man, I see how he wants to treat me before I realize who I am as a person to him. Because every man is going to go into it certain things, but they let you be who you are. And if they don't, and if he's intentionally like setting the standard of that I can't be a feminine woman around him, he's not a man I need to interact with at all. But I know who I stand with him. Like if he goes into this automatically first date, he's not opening my door. He called me bro. He's blowing smoke in my face. This ain't the man for me, but I know that. And I can do everything else in this encounter respectfully, but I know he's not letting me be the woman I want to be around him. So he's not my man.
Blowing smoke in your face is nuts.
Yeah, like,
you know how fast
I've had groups like, yeah, bro. Let's.
Yeah.
But I was also younger then. But I've seen that happen to
be
my
ready to
homegirls.
fight.
Like, if he's being rough with you and he's treating you like bro and not his girl, and you know what I mean, and you got to pick up the tab, and he's not treating you in that way to be his girl, then you're not his girl. So don't act like his girl.
What's the
But if you come into it, you know what I mean, observe it and prepare to act like his girl, and he still don't treat you like his girl, then don't be acting like his girl.
I'm a bro, but I'm a girl.
Yeah, like
I'm for sure a bro, but I'm a girl because
if I act this way, then you know over time maybe he'll start to like. He didn't like you when he first met you, and he showed you.
No, okay. So for me, when I say I'm a bro, but I'm a girl, is I like a lot of stuff that's deemed masculine, like as far as sports and stuff like that. So we can for sure have a conversation. ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, like Shannon Sharp, all day.
And a lot of men love that.
Sports. So I'm a bro for sure, but at the same time, I'm still the girl that like I like flowers, manis and petties, getting my hair done, like cute dates, romance
and for me,
for
that's
sure.
Set your boundaries. Like for me and my husband, we talk shit and we joke all the time. But can he like shoulder check me? No, because I'm not his bro.
I hope he don't.
You know what I mean? Like,
I swear to God, I hope he don't. Oh man.
But I have homegirls who niggas are like that. Like when they view them in a certain way, so they're like, "Get your ass up," but it's not like, "Hey, babe, can you?" Because he broed her. Like you know what I mean? Like he's very aggressive with her. If they get into an argument, he might shoulder check her, or you know what I mean. They might slap fight or some shit. It's not that with us because it never could be that way. You know what I mean? Because he would never hold me to a certain aggression, if that makes sense. Like men also have feminine energy, and if he's enough to be vulnerable and feminine with you, then you'll be enough to be vulnerable and feminine with him. But y'all are also able to have y'all boundaries. Like Jew, when he gets excited, he likes to raise his voice. I'm the someone who doesn't, so he doesn't raise his voice with me because he know like That's not something I do. But I understand when he does with his bros because that's a bro thing for him. Like when he's talking to Justice or Jock or they excited about the game, they yelling at the top of their voice. Like I can see the vein in his throat. But if he's excited with something to me, don't yell at me. I don't like that. Because, you know what I mean? Like, so, go ahead, baby.
I got a question for Eli because he's quiet and he's the only married man on the podcast at the moment. So I would love to hear your opinion on this.
Well, I mean, I was trying to be respectful. Y'all was cooking, and I was just taking in a lot of what y'all saying. And I respect a lot. I respect a lot of what y'all was saying, and I agree with a lot of y'all saying. To a degree, what's your name again? And the married one?
Diamond.
Like a lot of her views, like I can, in comparison standards, like I was just listening to her, and that's kind of like I feel like that's the stuff that my wife embodies. So that's why I was just like, I mean, I hear hearing it from a different perspective, so I respect that. And then a lot of the stuff that you was K.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That you was spitting back. Like I respect it all. Like it's I'll use the word I guess refreshing to hear it from a different perspective, but it's the same. It's the stuff that I hear from my wife. So it's like everything that y'all were just spitting. I'm just like, I mean, shit, hey, they cooking. I can't really disagree with a lot of y'all what y'all saying. But from a married man's perspective, you know what I mean? It's not, the view's not too different from how you guys are expressing what y'all saying. Like I said, I think the only thing that I would like to add to it is like it don't have to be your view of your relationship and Kay's review of her relationship don't got to be necessarily 100% mirroring each other, because at the end of the day, you guys are gonna like what you like, and
we're very different
I think
people.
that's where exactly. And so like that's where the difference comes in at. Like I was listening to you, like I'll fuck with my wife like that. Like I'll shoulder check my wife, but that's just our relationship. Like I'll fuck around, I'll wrestle around with my wife. Like we'll be in here and she could be sitting on the couch and I'll start wrestling with her just to fuck with her. But that's just our thing. You know what I mean?
That's
But
y'all
again,
intimacy.
exactly. So that's that's the only thing I would add to what you guys were saying. But everything else, shit, y'all was on key. Keep cooking, keep doing your thing.
See, and I feel like a lot in relationships, people don't realize that you are different people. Like you say how you are going in, if you have boundaries or if you're masculine or something like that. But in relationships, I feel like people act like you have to be the same person throughout the entire relationship.
What I will
Like,
say,
Absolutely
what I will
not.
say
we
from my
grow,
opinion,
like who we were
from my
dating
opinion,
at teenagers are not who we are married at 30 years
facts,
old.
facts.
I'm not
So
the same woman. I don't want the same things. He's not the same man. He doesn't want the same thing.
exactly. So with, like I said, just to add to that, adding to that, like again, the key thing that you said was like when you were in your younger days, this is how you move. But now that you're in your woman stages, this is how you are. You feel me? Like I feel like in a marriage specifically, when you're growing with somebody and it's like you find like you feel like, okay, this is the forever thing. You know what I mean? You guys got to learn how to bring your own baggage and pack that shit together to say, you know what I mean? So like
100%.
it's 100% honest. I mean, it's 100% cool to be like reserved to a degree from each person as we're learning, because it's like, okay, I can't move like that because she don't like that, or she's like, I can't move like that because he don't like that. All right, but this is gonna be the thing. So how can we move to make that shit work? And it's kind of like what I was talking about last week. You feel me? Like if I'm this type of man and you're this type of woman, but I know for a fact that I want to make this work, we got to figure out how we can make this man and this woman, you know what I'm saying, a thing.
Come on and merge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's going to be viewed slightly different because it's not something that I'm used to. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why if I am out here in the dating world and I'm, you know, whether it's a he or her, whoever side it is, you don't have to give everything. You shouldn't have to give everything in the dating phase, because it might not be deserved of that. And you might tire yourself out because you continue to give yourself out. Like every relationship you go in, you giving everything you got. That shit might get draining. So
Yeah.
I
For a lot
respect
of people, it does.
I respect the fact of being able to reserve certain boundaries until you like, okay, this is gonna be the one. And like the word you guys are using a lot was safe and comfortable. You know, that's both ways. Men might not express it as much, but again, I'm not about to sit here like if I was in the dating realm, I'm not gonna sit here and be like open up and tell you like a nigga be stressing. Like I'm not gonna let you know none of that if you're not that one. But when
Until
you
you're
finally
safe
become
with
that one,
yourself.
Exactly. So once I finally
You
get comfortable and I
unlock
find
certain
my
parts of you as you go
exactly,
deeper into a relationship. Like you
exactly. So
don't
once I
start in
find
the
my
first date like, oh yeah, I'm scared of birds because she might think it's funny to unlock 100 birds in your face because she don't know that
like in
you
real
really
life,
you
I'm
gotta,
scared of birds.
yeah,
yeah,
my husband is too.
that's that. But
Hey,
that's
But you
that
don't
safe.
like
That's
on
that
the
safe
first
shit.
date tell her all your traumas
The
because that
first
might
thing I
Exactly.
scare
thought
her.
of was Juju
That might
being
scare her, but
being
then
scared of
she
birds.
also might be like, "You said what, bro?"
I said the first thing I thought of when she said it was Juju being scared of birds. He don't like birds.
He don't like birds.
Bruh, in
He's not
real life, I'm the
necessarily
same
scared of
way.
birds, but he does not mess with birds.
Okay, no, I'm
But
scared.
also,
Like if it's a pigeon, I'm across the street. Like we ain't even got it.
but and that's the thing. Like even though my husband is like has a fear of birds, he's let me put a parrot on his head because he was like comfortable enough with trying it. The parrot, I have a picture of a parrot biting my husband on the head because he just wanted to do something that I thought was fun, but he was very uncomfortable.
I need
But
that
now
picture.
it's a story to tell.
I do that.
Seen
I
that
need that
picture?
too. I need
Yeah.
that too.
I need that picture. I need that
I got you.
picture.
I can send it to you. But yeah, like because like throughout the relationship, you have to like. I feel like so many people go wrong because they give their everything in the beginning of a relationship, and you can't do that with everybody. And then as you grow, you change. Like even me and my husband, we've been together almost 10 years now,
Mm-hmm.
but
Respect.
we went through a phase recently where we had to change a lot of different stuff because we just had a baby, and postpartum really hit me hard, and I didn't know it until he told me it did. And then I had to relearn who I was a woman and relearn who I was in our relationship and pretty much start over. Not completely start over, but start over and re-love the woman I am now and then realize that the woman I am now is not the one he started dating in the beginning and reevaluate and move different from there.
Well, you got a
Because
new
who I am as
equation.
a mother is not the girl who I was when he was dating me.
Can I ask you a
But a
question
big
right quick?
thing, you got a whole new equation added to it though. Like when you
It's a
added
whole
that
new
kid to
thing.
it, you got women. Like I feel like this is my opinion. Though. I don't know for a fact, but I
Of
feel like
course.
when a woman is going from a girl to a woman, that's already a process. But then when she's going from a woman to a mother, that opens up a whole new chapter. So I mean, I can understand and respect that as well because that's you essentially know you're not becoming a whole brand new person, but there's a lot of shit's gonna be changing.
A lot's
So
different. Like for me,
definitely
I
get that. I
felt
get
like
that.
I had to grieve who I was as a person prior to, because like I went through a process where I felt like I was grieving, like I'm in a whole new body, I'm in a whole new space, I have a whole new role, I have whole new responsibilities, and I had to grieve who I was as a person in order to transform who I was supposed to be. But that also kind of hurt us a little bit because I was focusing so much on being a super mom and a super wife that I forgot to be his girl. And I had to learn how to do that again because he was letting me do that. But in the background, I forgot certain things that he loved about me. And I had to learn how to do that again in my new role without being overwhelmed. Ooh, and not saying that in general is overwhelming. But yeah, like you have to learn how to grow as a person, like grow with each other. Because who I
Yeah.
was prior to pregnancy is not the wife he has now. And it kind of like, it's hard. And people fall out of love sometimes with that because like it's a whole different, like you say, it's a whole new person in the equation that you are sharing yourself with. So before he had me all together by himself 100% all the time. There's nobody else I cared about. But now it's a little person that I have to care for in order for them to survive.
This is nuts.
And
I'm sorry. I got cut you
yeah, it
off.
could be a lot because it feel like, dang, like now I'm sharing my girl with somebody else. And you can unintentionally become jealous because like
My
I'm
wife,
not every waking hours with the baby.
my wife say that a lot though. She like one of the things she be saying, and she be standing on it is like she feel like you at some point in time you're gonna lack in one of the areas, like whether you're
100%.
the father, I mean the parent, the spouse, or the it's another one, but it's three. She's like at some point in time, like you're not gonna be able to do all at the same time. So you gonna one of them is gonna have to take a
A hit.
little less work, a hit. That's a better one, a little hit. So I've heard that before.
But then it just really comes a communication thing. Like he got to tell me, like, all right, you're doing a great job as a career woman and a mother, but I need a little more as a wife. And I could be like, okay, one of them I could sit back a little bit, and then I have to catch up because if not, Like, you know how women internalize things and we won't say nothing, or passive aggressively we won't say anything until we explode or freak out. Same thing with men. He might not explode and kick my ass, but like with my husband, he'll internalize and internalize and internalize and shut down. And then I don't, because I'm so busy doing work, doing the house, doing the groceries, doing everything I feel like I'm supposed to do, that I don't realize until he's just sitting in the corner and not saying anything. Because he doesn't want to be a bad person for feeling that way, but he feels that way. And his emotions are very valid. And I have to realize, okay, I got to take a step back at one thing in order to give my man what he needs. And a lot of people don't realize that, and they take offense and they get very defensive.
Communication is a motherfucker.
Like, you just popped your shit. Even the screen knew it. I was like, even the screen knew you just popped your shit.
How you do that?
I don't know, but the screen knew when to come in. Like,
she be on the podcast more because she talking her talk.
Man, the screen is a paid actor.
I'm gonna tell you like this. We are 36 minutes into the podcast, and we are still on topic 1.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's topic 2? My bad. What's topic 2?
We couldn't even go to topic 2. Everybody need to answer that motherfucker.
Man, I'm telling you. No,
trying to figure out how to get the fireworks.
I was trying to do that
really
shit
crazy.
too. Like, what the fuck?
That's what's really crazy is not everybody that answer. We 36 minutes into it.
Either.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess real quick we can go back to Scott and then we can start hitting the fellas, so the ladies can ask questions too. But this nigga. What's controlling to you, Sky?
You muted.
She's trying to unmute.
She's trying to get it right.
But like,
still muted.
It's a great now.
Beating her ass.
Get it right. Get it right. Come on now.
There you go.
It was not working.
That's when you remember Eli had to get back in daddy mode. He was over there trying to work that phone too.
I know he's about to say that shit. I know he's about to say that shit.
What's controlling to me is when they try to dictate who you can hang with. Like if they want you all to themselves, like you can't even go see your family. Like it's been years since you've seen your family because they simply are like, every time you make plans to go, they like, oh, why you want to go? You don't want to be with me? Like that's like they start to start to be manipulative.
Right now, that relationship is so fucking fast.
That's a red flag. Red flag.
That relationship is like
okay. We can all say that, but it's different when you're in that situation. Like, it's easier said than done. Because when you like, okay, I love this person,
by all means,
you might not even pay attention to it until like somebody else bring it to your attention. Like, damn, we ain't seen you in 3 years.
About it.
By all means, I swear, if
someone is like that, it's very easy. That is going to be a very
that's manipulation tactic.
Violent relationship soon. And sometimes the thing abuse.
The thing about it is they don't show that. They show they're so loving and all it is, and they rope you in. And now you're 2 years in and you're like, oh, this is the best man for me. And then they switch it up. Now they true self come out and now they manipulate you. Now they have you so reeled in, deep in, that they manipulate you. Now they're altering your reality. Now you're thinking, oh, he might be right. He just, feels like I don't spend enough time with him. Maybe I shouldn't go hang with him right now.
That's how most domestic violence relationships start.
Mm-hmm. That's literally how they start.
Continuous cycle of really good and really bad, then it's your fault, then I'm gonna beat your ass, then I'm really good, then I'm really bad, I'm gonna beat your ass, and it's your fault, and I'm really good and really bad, I'm gonna beat your ass, and it's your fault, all over again.
All over again.
And then you've already been isolated from every fan and family member you have, so there's no one to talk to about it.
Yeah, and you don't feel like you have a way out. You feel now you have Stockholm syndrome. Now you're like, it's like you want to go, but you feel bad for going. So, and that's real toxic.
And that's how women die in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Or men commit suicide. Because there's women who are they're abusive women too. They might not be
very much
his ass, but emotional and mental abuse is very much a thing too.
Very much.
Glad you said that because that shows respect to like very, very high eviction rate for men.
Yeah, a lot of men don't realize it until it's too late and there's nothing else they could do, or they don't feel like there's anything else they could do to get out of.
And then the thing about men, most of the time I've noticed is most men don't have deep talks with their homeboys. they be like, no, I wouldn't. Why would I talk to my homeboys about that? Like, and so they internalize that. They don't feel like they have that space with their homeboys to talk about stuff like that. And so now
that just means they got to change their circle because I guarantee
Yeah,
you.
I was about to say, I don't think
they
it's.
do feel like they can. Sometimes a lot of men haven't gone through that, so they don't know what advice to
That's
give.
not. So this is one of those conversations where you got to kind of let the men grab this, right? So
Take
I think for
Pause.
us, yeah, that was crazy.
That was
crazy.
Go ahead, SB. Talk your talk.
You gotta
So
do
like,
what?
so what I would say in defense of, I guess for myself first, and I let them kind of contribute to the conversation, of course. But I don't think there's a situation where I wouldn't be able to pick up the phone and call any one of them on the screen with me and have a heart to heart conversation with them. You dig what I'm saying? Like
That's beautiful.
that's not a real thing for us because once we're cool, most of the time you're always gonna be cool. Once you establish like some typical like relationship type or status or whatever with your homeboy and basically in person, like that's what it is. And for Jock, man, yeah, like me and Jock met the first time when Jock brought him back down from Wingate, and 10, 11 years later, man, him practically brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
but not every man is blessed with that brotherhood. Some men have terrible takes.
No, Diamond, you got to remember, this is a topic for us because this is what we can attest to.
Yeah, of course.
Most of us actually do find that guy, and it's always like one person, and they may not be like there when you're young, but they come really fucking fast. And when you got that motherfucker, that's you.
I just want to say, practically is crazy. The word practically is crazy. Come on now, we bros, bro.
No, I'm saying, blood. I'm saying like
that nigga saying practice. Blood
oh, like what did you say practically, bro? That's the part that you stuck on. Okay.
Yeah, I'm stuck on.
Not too much because me and Justice is bros. You know what I'm saying?
And, yeah, I mean that's true, but like check out
but Justice, that shows that you're a good person. You see how you have a circle of brotherhood.
Yeah, right.
Some people don't have. Some people are so isolated that they don't have that. That is a blessing.
What I'm saying is, Diamond, it is a blessing to have the guys that I do have. But some people, well, most of us always have one person. Some of us unfortunately lose that person to unforeseen circumstances, but it doesn't always mean that we lost it by way of the relationship. So, like they just die. Like that happens. But what I'm saying is, like all of us have that shit. And we all come back around to find another person if we lose one person because that's just how men are. We know who we want to have in our circle. We know who we could actually contribute like personal level conversations with because that's just who we are. Like y'all, there was like this big social media mass talking about men can just go out here and find a nigga on the basketball court and play with him 3 times out of the week, never know his name. Nigga, that's what we do.
One time.
That's what we do.
That's
our homeboy in the time. That as a teenager. Boys drop out one time at the gym. Oh, that's bro. You know, bro.
That's all you need. Bro. Red shirt, black shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, I can go see red shirt, black shorts. You know, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. You dig what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And when we chop it up on a certain level where it's like it's personal for us. But then I got my other homeboy on the other end where I don't have to go hang out with him 30 times out of the fucking week. But we can pick up the phone. Hey, bro, I got some shit going on. Let me run this past you.
So I have a question then. Mm-hmm. What advice would you give to the men who they've had this circle for so long and they know that circle isn't good for them, but then they feel disloyal if they disband from that group, but that also isn't a group that is
that's an enemy
benefiting them.
That's an enemy.
That's a nigga that gotta grow up. That's a nigga that got
no. Hear me out.
No.
That's an enemy.
Okay. Wait.
One at a
time. At the same time. So Jock said he got advice. So Jock,
let Jock go.
SB, before you go in, my advice is like find your people. Like it's not hard.
Find your village.
Find your village. It takes a village to to raise a family or whatever. My village is simple. Like no matter what, I can call Mike any day of the week. I call SB any day of the week. I call Eli any day of the week. We good. And then, you know what I'm saying, we grow from there or whatever. It's real simple actually. Like it's just like when you find your people, you know your people when you find your people.
Can I ask a question?
What's up?
Okay, so for someone that's not like y'all, for a man who grew up in a situation where he felt like he could never trust people, or he felt like he had his people at one point in life or as a child, and he grew up to a point where he's not able to realize who his people are, and he's scared to be around his people or find people, and they're very, very isolated. What do they do if they don't have those brothers to call?
I want to take this one. Let me take
Go
this one
ahead.
real quick. So the reason why I want to speak on that one, because I was, and to a degree, at sometimes am still that man, right? I am, and the reason I say to a degree because I would never have admitted what I'm about to say now, right? So like to a degree, I was very, like I was very associated, right? Always have associates. I always have people that I was always in the light. Like I would also appear to be very extroverted, right? But at the end of the day, like I ain't really trust motherfuckers. Like I really wouldn't express my full feelings. I really wouldn't be as comfortable as I am now, you know what I'm saying, with
Based
around
off experiences
people.
that you've had.
Right. So one of the things that I was advise this brother to do, you know, who we're talking about, is first you gotta learn yourself. You gotta be able to trust yourself, understand yourself. Like that's the first person you gotta go to. So then everybody else, you can still you can kind of once you understand yourself, you can understand how you can display yourself to people and still be comfortable, right? You can, like, these are my brothers, right? But I'm not gonna handle them all the same way. You feel me? Pause. But I know that I can come to Jock for this. I know I might be able to talk to Mike for this. I might be able to talk to SB for this, but it's not all the same type shit. But that's because I understand myself and I understand what the information that I can give to who can give to that and still
And your
be
relationships with each of them are different.
exactly. But I can still also be unified with them. Like we can still all be unified, but I also know how to handle each person differently. And I mean, and that translates to everything else. I mean, once you that person is not going to just be his brother. It's going to be every person that he come in contact with. You got to be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Because to a degree, right? My wife says like I probably can look at people all the time like like they out to get me, right? But that's just because of the nature that I was used to. So, but it's not. It don't be like that. But that's once I learned how to be like, all right, this is who you are, and it is what it is. Like this is what the fuck it's gonna be as far as how you are. Then I was able to handle each other situation differently or appropriately. So that's my take on that. That person is gonna have to learn this. They're gonna have to learn
You
themselves
articulated
first
that
and
well.
be able to be comfortable with themselves, huh?
Good take.
I
You
like
articulated that really
I
well.
want to go next because so like that's a great question. One, but when I was, I guess, first going through the whole separation shit, I didn't talk. And SB called me one day, and he was like, "Well, you know, you can talk to me." And that's when I realized, like, oh, he's trying to be somebody that's there for me. But in my head, I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking like I'm going through this shit. Nobody else is going through it. I'm going through
Mhm.
it by myself. It took for me to have to really sit down and realize like you don't have to go through everything by yourself.
hmm
And doubling back onto what she was when she was saying that how do you what about a person that's surrounded by bad
Doesn't
people?
have that.
Um like I said, that takes a person to grow up. And the reason I say that is because when I was younger, it was probably a shit ton of bad people that was around me, but I wasn't paying attention to that. I was young, wild, living the way I wanted to live. But as you get older, as a man, you start to realize who's there and whose presence is really worth being there and who's ready to be cut off.
Mhm.
So it's only right now, there's only one person I talk to from my childhood, and that's my best friend. He's not going nowhere. But I gained this brotherhood, and it was like, why would I switch it?
So
Like you talk about a group of people that try to mold you or inspire you to be better than what you were before. Even if it's something simple, it's you becoming better. That's who you should hang around. It shouldn't be people who are okay with being the person they were yesterday. How do we become better tomorrow?
because sometimes you have people that you're their brother, but they're not your brother.
Fact.
And those are the people who it's like getting out of a bad relationship. You ever love somebody, but at the end of the day, your love can't overcome the shit that they done to you.
But see,
Because there's feisty men out there too, just like there's women who are
and
because my husband has had friends who he was friends with that did not like him.
And sometimes you gotta go, I love you, but I can't be around you.
But I think they just come down to everybody having their own. They have their own interpretation of like their level of trust. So, you know, for them, it could be exactly as how they articulate it. But for me, it's a lot different. You know what I mean? Like, I've had people very close to me do some very, very shiesty shit. And no matter who or how close you become to a person, that shit just sits with you. And it makes it hard for every relationship. You dig what I'm saying?
100%.
So like even for myself, like I've had some very like some people like really like plan some shit out to like really do. And and they execute that shit. And then when you start finding out shit, it's at the tail end of the shit when it's too late. And you like, damn, the nigga could hate you that much.
It hurts more when you a good person.
You know what I'm
like,
saying? You know what I'm saying? You could,
like when you like solely a good person.
But to be that close to me and doing that shit at the same time.
I said it hurts more when they're closer to you and you love them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like and like
it hurts more to get hurt by someone you really loved. Like when you like really love.
That shit just goes back to like how much I personally like. I enjoy love, but I desire respect so much more from a person. Because if you respect me, you wouldn't do half the shit a person that loves me would do to me.
Okay, Justice, run that back for me one more time because you said some shit. Run that back one more time.
Say that again because you could love me, but you could not love me right because you don't know how to love me.
Right, bro.
And if you don't respect me, you can't love me correctly.
Flip that shit tomorrow.
I don't ask for much, bro.
Right.
And for the shit that I do ask for, it's like getting spit in the face when someone like kind of takes the rug from right up under your feet, and you go out of your way to give this person everything. You give your last dime, your last penny, the last pair of shoes you got in your closet, and it's like, even if all that shit is hypothetical and all I'm giving you is like
my time, my energy.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Giving you advice, giving you advice, and it's like you take that shit and you just like smear it back in my fucking face, like, yeah, nigga, I appreciate all that, but I just took this shit from you. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga that respect me never do that to me. Like that I say, bro, that who don't know.
Sometimes good energy brings vultures.
Trust people to be who they are, right?
Oh, who said that?
If you, which Diamond, I think.
That was
if you trust people to be who they are, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit can be avoided. And what I mean by that, right? And it ties back into what we said in the original at the beginning. The same way, to a degree, I'm gonna say to a degree, the same way that we look for a person, our person is kind of how we should do with the friends, right? You don't have to be fully open with, you know, your brother or somebody that you're associating with. You ain't gotta be they ain't gotta know every shoe you got in your closet. You know what I'm saying? You can fill them out type shit, and people gonna show you who they are. So you trust them to be who they are, so you know how to handle them. I wouldn't say you gotta always get rid of, like, just because motherfucker don't do you right, you might want to still keep that person around you so you can see them. Because if a motherfucker don't do you right and you can't see them coming, that's just as dangerous. So I say, like, trust somebody to be who they are, bro, but also don't expect somebody to be who you are. So like if you know you're a motherfucker that's going, if you know you're a motherfucker that's
out of other people. Like how you said you have to self-evaluate, and each of your friends play different roles because you know who they are as a person, you know what they can come for. Some people don't realize that because they expected what that other friend to do out of that friend, and they not them.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Trust them to be who they are, but don't expect
you.
Say again.
Don't downplay the wrong ones.
Right.
Exactly. Trust them to be who they're gonna be, and don't expect you out of them. You know what I mean? So
I had to do that recently. I had a friend, I have two best friends that we've been best friends since like children. And one of my best friends, when I told them, or I was getting engaged, or I got engaged, she was crying on the phone, so happy, throwing up, crying. My other friend was like, "Oh, word, that's cool," and it really hurt me. It genuinely hurt me because I felt as a friend, you would put, like, if that was to happen to her, oh, the cry, like the crocodile tears I would have had, because I was just so happy, and then I know what she'd been through. But my husband had to teach me, you can't always expect you out of people, and you don't know what she was going through in that moment. I don't know what her life was. I don't know, you know what I mean? Even though I talked to her on a regular, I don't know what she was fighting with on the inside. So maybe she was as happy as she could have been in that moment because she was in a place. And I had to realize that I can't expect what my other friend did out of that other friend, because that's just not who she was at that time. And I have to love her that way.
Not to interrupt, I got a quick question.
Of course.
Sky, where the fuck are you going, bro? You've been on the road this whole podcast.
Driving for a long time.
Hey, nigga,
Like, you been on the road.
Shit.
You on a road trip.
Driving to Albuquerque, my nigga.
Listen, no.
Boy, she on a road trip.
No, I'm meeting one of my friends for a birthday dinner, but the place we wanted to go to first, they wasn't taking no walking.
Is it 8 hours away?
Brunch. She mean brunch. She mean brunch. She mean brunch.
Y'all just heard her say it's complicated, but she Delulu. She on the way to the nigga right now.
She outside. She got to get there. It's cold out there too. She outside.
Yeah,
listen.
The first place we went to, they said we not taking no more walk-ins. They backed up. So we like, all right. So we power out to figure out, all right, where else can we go? So we called one other place, and they was like, yeah, we still taking them. So we trying to get over there before they be like, we're not taking that no more.
Justice.
I ain't mean to interrupt and get off topic, but I was just like, damn, this girl been driving the whole
For a minute.
time. Where's she going?
I know. I didn't want to do this either.
Hold on, y'all. What's up?
Oh, this ain't nothing to do with the podcast. This got everything to do with some food, though. Like, let's go to Whataburger, because I've been trying to test it.
She green.
No, they brought one to Georgia. It's in Atlanta.
Whataburger in
No,
Georgia?
they built
Yes,
one.
in Cobb County.
They built
Yes,
one in
it's right
Cobb
there in Cobb by the battery next to the Chick-fil-A. What y'all trying to do? We
I'm like 5 minutes away, too.
So,
Let's go.
I don't even eat meat, but the way I would eat a double cheeseburger right now would be crazy.
Oh shit!
so we finna go to Whataburger. Like, what we doing?
I'm in
Let's
like
go.
an hour away, nigga.
I live far. I live
let
in the
me
country.
get my test
I mean-
done. We gonna.
I mean,
we can
y'all
do that.
hood. I'm
I
on
gotta get my test done
Cascade.
though.
Yo, who?
I gotta wait for Drew to get
I
off work. I
got a
can't
test
go
for,
without.
for
He
the
never
coaching
had one.
shit. Gotta finish that.
Oh,
shit
okay.
up. Hey, so real quick, so like we come up on the last couple minutes for the podcast episode today, man. Did anybody want to
man,
ask
we didn't
like
even get through
any other
everything.
question before we get up out of here? But it gotta be one question.
You said
No,
what?
because we got to run this back. We need a part 2 because we didn't
I got-
even finish the questions that you
We
had.
didn't
I
even
got-
finish the first question.
Absolutely.
We never finished the
I
first
got-
question.
I got a question.
Part 2, 3, and 4.
I got a question.
What's up, Eli?
Okay, Eli.
It's just a one word answer. Who going to the Super Bowl?
I have no
Me.
idea.
Me.
Ravens.
Ravens. I got the Ravens. I got the Ravens going.
49.
Just
The
one
way
word.
way they showed their ass last night, I got the Ravens going.
Just one
I'm
word.
the
Just one
Eagles
word
at the
answer.
halftime show.
We gotta give just a little bit of
Last night.
sports. Just a little bit of sports. Just one word.
No,
just one
Is
question.
Green
It's gonna
Bay
be the
still in it?
Eagles.
I think Green Bay. Is Green Bay
They
Green
still
play
in it?
today.
Well, they got
Knock
they
Green
finna
Bay
get
in there.
swamped.
It's gonna be
For
the
the
Eagles.
just stop. For the
Who's
girls,
the
I'll
Eagles?
give you the 3 teams. So you got Baltimore, you got Kansas City, you got Buffalo. Baltimore, Kansas
Oh,
City,
no.
Buffalo, or
No. The 49ers have. Okay, I go
the
Kansas.
Central. Yeah.
I was about to say I go Kansas. 49ers. They be. Why
Diamond
do your
over it.
screen
Diamond like,
keep
I don't
putting
know.
like stuff up for you? Your screen is just.
I don't know.
NFC,
Does this shit
AFC,
really work?
I
Her
think
screen fire.
I got
No, my
Ravens.
shit don't do that. My shit
It
don't
gotta
do
be on
that.
the
Yes, it
phone
do.
or
You
something.
You gotta
Hold on a
update
second.
your phone.
My shit blurred out and shit. What the fuck?
Facts.
See, they got mine. I just want to know how hers is pink. Like, are you on the computer?
Yeah.
How
I am.
you
That's
is
probably why
pink?
she
Why
probably on her
mine ain't
phone.
pink?
It ain't working.
No, they probably on their phone, Eli.
I'm on my
I'm
phone.
on my phone.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but your bubbles is pink. I want pink bubbles.
I don't know. I have no idea.
You got
I
a
want
filter
people.
on?
No.
I want pink bubbles. I got these gray bubbles. They
Yeah.
cute or whatever, but I want pink.
I'm not gonna try to figure that shit out either. But I was just curious, like, why my shit don't? And I can't do none of that.
You gotta update your phone probably. Did y'all update your phone?
I got this shit on
I'm about
the
to find
computer.
out afterwards.
It was all the way up to
Mike,
date.
bro, you gotta stay out of the comments, dog. This nigga call himself sexy every podcast episode.
I didn't even check
That's
the
why you
comments
single.
today.
You know what? Somebody gotta love him, so he gonna love himself. I understand.
Me and Kay in the same boat.
I'm
We are
trying to
not.
tell you. You'll be
He is
surprised
not.
how many women you attract by thinking you the finest nigga in the room.
We're not in the
A
same
lot
boat,
of women
Mike.
are attracted to that confidence. So if you got to tell yourself every day that you
Now
the finest nigga in the room,
you already
the
giving the
finest
nigga with a big ego more ego.
I'm telling
We
you, but
not
a lot
doing
of
that.
women draw to that.
He got a
You
lot
could
of
be
big going on. He
probably
got a
the
lot of big going
ugliest,
on.
Hey,
the
hey,
most
hold up.
hygiene, men get the most
hey.
right. I
attractive
got a
women
lot of
just
dig
based
going
off
on. Come
their
find out.
All
confidence.
right. Pause. Niggas in the chat.
All right.
Niggas in the
This is
room,
a
man.
great
You know what I'm saying?
podcast.
That's pause,
And that's
bro.
why I exit. It was nice talking to y'all. Y'all just let me know if we're gonna run this back or not. I
Y'all
really
let us know.
enjoyed hearing the different perspectives.
Me too.
Y'all gotta let
Next
us know,
time,
man.
don't invite Mike. Just don't invite Mike next time.
I'm a podcast.
I feel like when y'all have guests, don't bring him on.
Ain't nobody got
Oh.
phone.
Say less.
Yeah, they uninvited your ass. So
Make
ladies,
sure Sky ain't got plans.
No, for real.
That's need to be in somebody's living room.
I've
boy.
been driving for an hour and a half.
No facts. Wait,
really
how long is
have.
test gonna take you? Like,
It
you can
depends.
cut the
So,
stream off.
oh shit.
What's the test for?